Welcome to this week's podcast, folks. Something a little bit different. We're going for a MotoCast. So it's a traditional moto vlog, but I'm going to do the audio version and see how we get on. The audio isn't perfect. I'll apologise now, so sorry about the wind noise in the background and things like that. I've tried to minimise it as much as I can, but it's by far from perfect. This was also filmed before the whole COVID-19 outbreak. It was just coming into the news over here, and you can hear myself and Mr Fish chatting about it. No disrespect is meant to anybody who has suffered at the hands of COVID-19. Our hearts go out to you all. Alright folks, hope you enjoy the vid.
Let's get out the sun. Morning peeps, look who I'm here with again, Mr Fish. We met up last week in about 1 or 2 degree heat. It was sleeting, but we went out for a ride for you. However, the audio packed in, my camera packed in, so altogether it wasn't a particularly successful day, but we are back. Hopefully. Mr Fish has invested in a Cardo. We're going to hit the road. We are doing a bit of a random road, got the Cali Moto app running, and we're going to head south.
It'd be interesting to see the distance of the intercom, seeing as last time I had to practically ride pillion with the Cena linked up to this.
Yeah, it's with these, when you've got mesh, it's sort of line of sight. They say a kilometre and a half, but
right, well,
I've not found that. Up in the Spanish mountains, it's normally line of sight. What's he doing?
We should be alright. I don't think we'll get separated by mountains today.
No.
I think we'll be alright. Maybe a few speed humps.
We're ready to go then, brother. So,
that's it.
Well, we had a lovely, deep, meaningful conversation last time. We're going to have to do that all over again and act surprised at what each other says.
That's it. Well, at least last time we probably would have had to cut a few bits out due to liability issues.
I can't believe you said that about them.
Yeah, I know. Well, you've got to talk about people, haven't you? Now, the good thing about that statement is there's going to be people that are paranoid, thinking, was it me? And the answer to that is yes, it was all of you. It was every single one of you. Especially you. Yeah. Well, it's calling you on. Yes. Cheers, mate.
Beautiful.
Oh, we got blues and twos up here.
Oh, we do. This is your fault.
What have you done?
It's not me. I'm a good boy.
The last time I went out, there was police.
What's that?
Police slow. Is that a statement, or do we have to slow?
Hello, I'm a policeman. No, shh. Can't do that. Are we allowed to go?
Nah.
Does that say road closed?
It doesn't say it said please slow. Oh, that says closed
on the back of the...
Yeah.
On the back of the car it says road closed.
You could have some fun with that, couldn't you? The things I'd write on that.
I never really trust people with their indicators.
Your bike sounds good through the headset.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yours woke the bloody dead when I was waiting there at Godsden, because I'm always on time, and obviously I was having to wait for Mr Fish there. Yeah, your bike sounded mint as it was coming into the village.
That's the idea of it. Wake the dead. Let you know you're living.
That's the one. That's the one. So you went in for your. Was this the preliminary assessment the other day, or was this the actual op? Do we now call you Joanna? What's the crack?
Oh, the operation.
Yes.
I thought pre-assessment. What have I done? I thought I had an exam coming up for a minute.
They said, Mr Fish, it's okay, we don't need to chop that off. Yeah. There's not enough of it there anyway.
Mrs Fish now. I'll have you know. You can call me Mrs Fish. No, it was the actual op on Thursday.
Blimey, and you're out riding already?
Yeah, I mean, it's not too invasive, so to speak. It's all needles and that sort of thing. And because I didn't have sedation, it heals a lot quicker, because they're not as brutal when you're awake. But they only did half of it. They were meant to do 3 joints, half of it. I'm going to say they do 1 joint. I'm good at maths, aren't I?
Yeah.
Right, one third of it. So they said they got this new technique, because they usually go in through the back of the spine into the disc and inject around there. But they said they've got this new liquid, and it spreads a little bit better, so it kind of hits 2 joints at once. So he said, do you want sedation? I went, no, it's all right. I've done it a bit before. I said, it's painful, but we'll live, so to speak. And he said, it's a lot more painful, this one. And I'd already committed to no sedation like an absolute idiot. So I said, no, it's all right. Just go for it. Because when the needle hits the nerve endings, because it's blocking all the nerves, you can feel it. So it's better for them as well, because you can tell them when they hit the end of the nerve. Because it really does wake you up. But what I didn't realise is they go through the front. So they went through my throat, basically.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so just to the side of the throat.
Do you want to tell people what you are having done?
I've got degenerative disc disease, which is easy to say sober. And basically what that is the discs are losing their elasticity or their fluids in their moistness. They're not as moist as they should be.
Right.
So that means the bones come down and sit on the nerve ending. So basically anyone that's had sciatica, it's like that, but I get it in my neck constantly for about 10 years I've had it. So I have these sort of like top up injections and painkillers and everything just to keep me ticking over, so they don't have to operate fully. It's not that bad where they have to take the discs out and replace them just yet. We're holding that off for as long as bloody possible.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's maintenance. I'm basically getting old, that's what's happening. Falling to bits.
Oh man. Gee, sciatica in your neck, that's got to be blooming agony.
Yeah, it's a pain in the neck, literally.
Well, literally, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. So how do you combat that then? How do you combat the pain of that when it happens? Just pills?
Well, I'm prescribed repeat prescription codeine all the time. I can take that if I need to. I try not to, because I think I told you before, I got addicted to that. Way back when, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, I was on 8 codeines a day.
Oh my God.
To combat the pain, and in the end you were relying more on the codeine than the fact that it was supposed to subside the pain. So I was craving codeine, and I said to myself, do you know what, I've had enough now. I can't do this. I kind of knew I was addicted, so I had to go cold turkey. So I did the most stupid thing that I've ever done when it comes to drugs. They say wean yourself off over a month. So I just stopped. So I had cold turkey for about 2 weeks, and it was absolute hell. Absolute hell.
Gee whiz, mate. Some strength of mind to cope with that.
Yeah, it was not pleasant. I wasn't probably a nice person to be around. And quite sweaty at the time. Unlike Prince Andrew. I was sweaty.
Ooh, topical.
Yeah, well, you got to get in there, haven't you? That's what Weinstein said.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
Cut.
Yeah, cut. Oh, sorry, we'll edit that bit out. Yeah, so basically we're in maintenance now. I'm high maintenance. And that's what we're doing.
Said, John. It's often been said.
But yeah, I wish he would have sedated me, to be honest, because it bloody hurt. He said he knew he hit the nerve ending because my left eye started twitching.
Because you went,
Yeah, it's like, well, and you can't move because it's your spine. You know you can't move because you're going to end up paralysed. So,
oh my God, mate. And you...
doesn't matter how much pain he's going to give me, I'm not moving for anything.
Yeah, I'd be like, knock me out. Just knock me out.
Yeah. So after the procedure, he did say I was the first person to refuse sedation since he's been doing a new procedure. I said, you could have told me that before.
Exactly, yeah. I'm not being brave, I'm just being stupid.
Yeah, I'd committed to it by that point.
Sheer ignorance.
Yeah, but I think next time I still probably wouldn't have the sedation. Because it was literally probably, about 15 minutes in and out, and then back into the recovery, and I was about 15 minutes in recovery, where other people were in there for like 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it meant I could get on with my day. For that 15 minutes of agony, I could get on with my day.
So how long till you go back and get the, well, I suppose you've got to have 3 then, do you?
No, I think this one's done all right so far.
Okay.
So I think we can hold off. It's probably reduced the pain by about 60% at the moment.
Oh wow.
So the rest is bearable. I can get by the rest with just normal ibuprofens and paracetamols every day.
Yeah.
So I can get through. Plus winter's always worse anyway. When the summer comes, it all eases up a little bit.
I'm going to go all Joe Rogan on you here.
Okay.
Since we're doing podcasts, motocasts, stem cells. What about stem cells?
Yeah, I haven't really looked into that, to be honest. You were saying this last time about the stem cells, and I was meant to
Joe
look.
Rogan, they sort everything.
What is actually the procedure for stem cells?
They do stuff, magic happens, and you feel better.
They do stuff.
Yeah, where do I sign?
Yeah, I mean.
Mate, I have no idea. I have no idea. I listen to the Joe Rogan podcasts pretty avidly, and almost every single episode he mentions stem cells. He's had it done for issues with his, I think it's his hips or his knees or his back or something, and his mum and family, they've all had it done. I think they go down to Panama. Down there's an American doctor in Panama that does it.
Okay, I'll book the flight.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
why
but
not?
to be fair though, I've never seen Joe standing up. So does it actually work?
He's confined to a wheelchair now, but
Below that desk, he's got no legs. He's just got a couple of sets of wheels.
Oh God, first podcast, we're going to get sued.
I didn't say which Joe.
All right, cool, nice. So not Joe Rogan that I was just talking about then?
No, who's Joe?
Cool.
Never heard of him. You're probably more likely to be sued for that. What? Never heard of me?
Yeah.
I'm famous, don't you know? Right. So anyway, Brucey.
Oh God.
I sound like I was on play your cards right then.
To see you, Dad, to see you.
What happened then? Was that you talking to me, or was your
that was my worst brute force. I can't even say it.
I thought it was a GPS. It was somewhere. I thought, what's this accent? So tell us about the premises of this podcast, MotoCast type of thing we're going down the road at the moment.
Right, well, like I said, I've been listening to podcasts a lot recently, the old Joe Rogan ones and Chasing the Racing. Do you listen to that, Chasing the Racing?
No.
Oh, it's mint. It's really good. It's, oh God, Dom and Chrissy Rouse and Dom, is it Herbertson, I think his name is?
You know what, I don't listen to any podcast. The only podcast I've ever listened to is a guy called True Geordie.
Oh, yeah, I've listened to him. He's a good lad, isn't he?
Yeah, it's only because he's a friend of my daughter's.
Oh, right, cool. Yeah, I started listening to him as well. Well, I started listening to Joe Rogan because everybody on the planet seems to be. And I really got into it. I just loved the sort of long form conversation that you could have. You know, like we know on YouTube, if you put anything out over sort of 20-25 minutes, the chances are only your real loyal followers, your real loyal audience will watch a sort of 25-minute plus video, don't they?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You get the ones that love the really long stuff, but then the vast majority of people, if it's more than sort of 10 minutes, they're like, oh, I can't be bothered. So the YouTube stuff I'm trying to keep relatively short, but I do like the long stuff and things like this where we're having a conversation. A lot of the time I've found when I've done moto vlogs with people, you're doing the edit and you're cutting out so much because you're like, oh, this is going to be an hour and a half, and I just can't have an hour and a half long video. So I thought, well, podcasts, a lot of people say to me, why don't you do a podcast? So I thought, okay, well, let's give one a bash and just see. So the idea of this is the unedited content will go up as an audio file on the podcast, and I'll do a sort of edited version for the video on the YouTube channel.
That makes sense. I'm not sure about the unedited version though.
Well, you know, we've got nobody to upset there. I think that's the beauty of podcasts, is that, you know, even with YouTube now, YouTube is scrutinising what people put up there, so you have to watch what sort of stuff you put in there. Whereas with a podcast, you're literally free. You know, it's free to download. It doesn't cost you anything. You just whack it up there, and people will hear the real you, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's proper.
It's actually a good
long
idea.
form content. Yeah, I enjoy it. But obviously, you're going to get people out there that don't. We'll just see how it goes.
It's horses for courses, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
A bit like this guy in a Mercedes in front. He's driving in the dirt.
I thought he was trying to avoid potholes, but he's steering in. He's steering into the potholes.
He's trying to avoid the road, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense with the podcast that you could just basically put it on in the background like a radio show.
Absolutely.
And just sit there, chill out and watch it. Whereas YouTube, you have to be physically, obviously, in front of some kind of device.
That's right, yeah.
But I do that quite often with the radio, and it is the way forward. I used to listen to live streams. They're on YouTube, and obviously you can't really see the people. They pop up every now and again. But I'd listen to live streams like a radio station, just have them on in the background. So
yeah, definitely.
I suppose it's an easier way of accessing something like that.
That's it. With the podcast, it's exactly what I do. Is that I have it just going in the background a lot of the time. So when I'm on the bike, I'll have it and I'll listen to it through the comms kit. Where are you going? Or if I'm on the train, then you just have your headphones in, you can listen to it there, and you can just switch it on and off as you go and pick up where you left off.
Well, that's it. Well, now I've got a decent headset, I'll start downloading some podcasts to listen to.
Excellent, good work. I told you the Cardo was good. I mean, how good is this reception?
Oh, it's so much better than when we're trying to pair the Cena with the Cardo. Not that there's anything wrong with Cena if you've got another Cena.
No, it's the mesh connections.
Yeah,
I think
it
Cena
makes
do
such a
mesh
difference
as well.
Well, mine was the old one, it was a 20S, so it had its day anyway. I used it all of 5 times. Whereas this, I've kind of got used to listening to music now on the bike. I never used to listen to anything, so now I've got this set up and it seems to be a lot clearer. And these speakers, the JBL speakers, have got a lot more bass, so it's worth having a little bit of a jam. Not a jam, I need to bring an instrument for that, don't I? A little bit of a listen. I don't know what I'm talking about, to be honest.
That's the thing though, isn't it? Is that now we're conscious that, everything's being recorded here. You feel like you just have to constantly talk drivel, don't you?
Have to be professional. Well, obviously you could cut out the gaps.
No.
But no, I like the idea of a podcast. I like the idea of, were you going to do it weekly or monthly?
I don't really know at the moment, to be honest. I need to, because I've not actually done one yet, I'll need to see what's the workload like around, because although it's minimal editing, there's going to be some form of editing, and then like a production procedure to upload it. I don't even know where I upload it as yet, so all that has to be done.
That's the point. Will it have to go on somewhere like iTunes or SoundCloud or... I don't know.
Again, I think there are systems in place now where you can pay like a subscription, as the person that hosts the podcasts, I can pay like a subscription fee, so I upload it to this company's website and they then put it out there to all the various different, like Apple Podcast, iTunes Podcasts, Google Podcast, all the...
Oh, cool.
I think they all have their own little versions. Spotify's got one, all that.
Makes sense.
But you as a customer, you as a listener, you don't pay anything. All you do is just come along and go subscribe, download it and listen to it. Or stream it.
Can I just point out, seeing as this is going to be an unedited podcast, every time I sort of like go, I'm not trying to make a speech, it's because of the problems with my throat. I'm not some kind of strange person that just sort of like tries to start a speech every 10 seconds.
Just makes grunty noises.
Yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there, because if you're listening on headphones, you're going to hear me going, and it sounds like I've got something really interesting to say, when I haven't really.
Isn't it weird when you do this, like when you're doing the YouTube stuff and that, when you're recording your conversation, when you come back to edit it, you realise all the little wee quirks that you have, like where I've noticed I sort of take a sharp intake of breath through my teeth quite a lot, and I never realised I did that, so you get a noise.
Just before you start a sentence.
Yeah.
I do a thing what I've noticed lately where I kind of tut, I sort of like go, and then I start talking, and it's like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you, man? I do this weird thing. Or if I say something and I completely bugger it up and it's completely wrong and I want to say it again, I very rarely leave enough time between the two things to cut properly.
Yeah,
I almost say it instantly.
Yep.
And it's little tips like that. So if you are starting up YouTube channels or stuff like that, editing, if you do say something wrong, you can almost say it again, but leave a little bit of a pause between the two sentences so you can edit it, see, like this. So you can, see, I did it again, 2 instant pause, so you can edit it in properly. There you go.
That's right. Yeah.
Got there in the end.
But I find when I'm doing my own vids, you know, when I'm out and about and I'm just doing like a normal motovlogger review or something,
Yeah.
I sort of consciously, I'll do it now. I speak in a sort of rhythm. So I'll give you an example. So if I was riding along talking about this bike, I'd be like, so yeah, well, yeah, the throttle delivery, it's really smooth through here. There's quite a bit you can, do you know what I mean? So I'll leave gaps,
Right.
so that when I come to edit, I can cut, you know, I can do the jump cut.
Yeah.
And the conversation flows, but the background's changing all the time,
Yeah.
rather than me just doing it all in the same place.
Just all in one
Yeah.
hit.
But it's weird because you sort of get into the habit of doing that staccato dialogue.
It's
you
a
know?
different way of speaking. You start, instead of recording like it's normal, you start recording like you're editing.
Yeah.
You think about it a little bit more. That's like I started to pronunciate words a little bit more than I used to.
Absolutely.
I was pure sort of like Cockney when I started this.
I'm constantly correcting my son for the, you know, the glottal stop where you don't pronounce your T's. So
Yeah.
you'll say bottle instead of bottle, and I'm constantly going to him, you know, bottle.
I can't comment on that. I do that because
Well,
I'm a Londoner, you see.
I've started listening to my. I just did it then. I've started listening to me on my own video, and I'm like, oh my god, I do it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm giving my son grief for it, and I've got the glottal stop as well.
I mean, it is a funny one because on one hand you kind of want to be yourself,
Yeah.
which is natural, but you still got to kind of put on your telephone voice
Yeah,
because
that's right.
as many people have to understand it as possible. And it's like when I'm
Telephone
at
voice.
work, when I'm with the boys and that, I'm a lot more London
Yeah.
than when I am on a YouTube video or a review, or even at work when I'm making announcements when I've got PA systems and stuff like that, because the whole point is you have to be understood.
Absolutely.
So it's not you're changing you're just making yourself understood to more people.
Yeah.
But a lot of people jump on the bandwagon and say, well, you're not being you,
Yeah.
which is completely wrong. Your personality doesn't change. It's just you're making yourself, I was going to say, more available, but that sounds absolutely wrong because I'm obviously available to most people for a small fee, of course.
No, it's true though. Yeah, you do have to sort of think of the bigger picture a little bit, don't you? Because I've not got the strongest Scottish accent out there, but I do
Yeah.
have an accent, and I do get not just foreign people, but I get like English people messaging in the comments going, you know, I loved the vid, but I couldn't understand a word you were saying.
I don't know what you were saying.
Yeah, you're like, seriously? Jeez, you need to come and meet some of my pals, then you'll hear an accent.
Oh, she sounds lovely.
This is more like it, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing I find weird about the voice thing is people will accept it on television. They'll accept someone making themselves clear on television, but on YouTube it's like they almost have the right to tell you what to do, which I find it's a bizarre thing. I mean, it doesn't bother me. You've got the right to write what you want in my comment section. I mean, it doesn't mean you're not going to get slaughtered by me, but you've got the right to write what you want.
Yeah,
But
I always say that. I say what you like, but you know, I will bite back occasionally. But,
Yeah,
you know,
I don't mind a bit. I've built up quite a few videos from negative trolling, banter, whatever you want to call it, because what people don't understand, especially trolls, I don't know how we got onto this, but especially trolls, when you're going backwards and forwards, they're actually building that video up for you. They're helping you. Because it's all views, it's all comments. YouTube they don't care if it's thumbs up or thumbs down, they just see it as views as interaction. So for all those trolls, especially on those old Harley Davidson videos that I've had, where I've had I think hundreds of arguments on those about one particular bike, That built that video up to, I don't know what it's on. It's quite a few thousand, I think 70,000 views.
Happy days.
And it was purely from it keeps getting re-put out there because I had little arguments with people. So thank you to all the trolls for that one.
Where I had my first ever Harley experience. I think it was last week. Last week it was. A massive shout out to Guildford Harley Davidson, who have been on at me for years to come out and try one of the bikes, and always sort of body swerved it. Well, we actually did it last week. I took out the massive big Street Glide.
Oh right, yeah.
And mate, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I've totally fallen for Harley.
Is the Street Glide, it's not the one with the top box, is it? It's the bagger sort of one.
It's huge, it's massive. It's a Volvo on two wheels, basically.
Yeah, because I had, I think it's the Ultra Glide is the one I slated. So
Right.
sorry, Harley. I like the rest of your bikes. I just don't like that one.
Right.
But I had the Street Glide. I think you said that's the one you just took out.
Yep.
I had that in America. That's what I had for 2 weeks in 2018.
Right.
And I absolutely loved it by the end of it. Absolutely
Yeah.
loved it. It's a brilliant, brilliant bike. Oh,
Closed.
another road closed.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I was gobsmacked at how easy that bike was to ride, and just how it puts you in a different mindset.
Yeah, it's so chilled, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just happy to just like this. I was just happy to sit and, dare I say it, cruise.
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people will not rate a bike or will turn against a bike simply because it's not the style of riding that they want. Not the bike, but the style of riding. If you can get your head around what the bike's designed for and then judge it for what it is, you'll find 99% of bikes are absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. But this thing is, I think it was 300 odd kilograms, and I took it down some really gnarly back road B roads, twisty B roads. It was wet, and this thing just devoured everything. It was just planted. It was amazing.
Yeah, they are nice. You could just ride the low revs as well.
Oh yeah, I loved it. And it was the whole thing, like the second I stepped foot into the showroom, it was just, you're surrounded by that Harley culture, aren't you? The whole brand, everything, the corporate identity of it, everything's there. And I was like, yeah, I'm sold.
Yeah. Did your beard get a little bit longer as you walked in?
It did, man, yeah. All of a sudden I had a penchant for country music, and I wanted to wear chaps.
That's probably one of the things that puts me off. Not the chaps. I wear those just naturally on a weekend.
No, they're suspenders.
But only in America. But it's and I noticed it at the show. I think it's this is hard to explain. I'm not into heavy rock music or that sort of scene. That sort of biking side of things, that's not my thing. I mean, I would go and I'd probably have a bloody good time.
Yeah.
But I don't choose to go down that route and head towards those sort of events or those sort of ride-outs where we're all wearing cut-off sleeves, and that's basically not me. I'm growing up, I'm going to get slaughtered for this now in the biking community, but I'm more of a soul R&B boy.
R&B.
And it doesn't naturally lead its way to that sort of music. Well, to be honest, most biking doesn't. So I do get hammered a lot for my music tastes. I'll admit that. But it's just the way I like it. So I find that whole Harley, I see why it draws people in, but it doesn't draw me in to that whole image. I'm kind of more of a chilled out. I'm basically a loner, that's what I'm saying. I'm basically a loner.
I don't know, it was weird. It was a weird feeling. I almost, straight away, as soon as I stepped foot in there, I felt like I belonged to something.
It's good.
A really weird feeling.
You get that family vibe sort of thing. You rarely get with other manufacturers. You get that sort of like Camaro. I'm not even going to say it. I can't say it, and this is a live podcast. So you get that togetherness. There we go. We won't go with the other one.
Oh, we want to be together.
We're going
I
off
thought
road.
we'd do some green laning.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
No, I just need to change batteries.
Oh, what, on the GoPro?
Yeah.
I better change mine then. I've got 4.
Right.
Which, if we
Slight
change it,
intermission, folks. We'll be back with you. Right.
it's a lot clearer. A
Yeah,
lot
it's
clearer.
amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
We're on.
it's syncing up.
You're not
Is
going to
that
do
one?
it Hippo's way.
What's that?
The clapping.
Oh, he does that, does he?
Yeah. But it's funny because he's got about 30 cameras. And I'm there just going to.
He seems a nice lad.
He is. Hippo's. He's a lovely man.
He's a lovely man.
There wasn't sarcasm, by the way. He really is a nice guy. Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking go riding with him. I've got to stop swearing.
Yeah, such a hooligan.
Oh no, it's the London in me, innit?
Innit?
It's the geezer.
Right, we are 10 past 10. Remember that, 10 past 10 we change batteries. So another half hour we'll have a look.
But at least I know now my clock is out by 10 minutes. It's saying 2 minutes past 10. The clock on my bike.
Oh, your clock. Right.
But I've not met me clock with an L.
I can't even remember what we were talking about. We just had a big, deep, meaningful conversation, haven't we, while we were changing batteries?
Yeah, we've just sold all the world's problems.
Pretty much, haven't we?
Yeah, there's nothing left to say now. It's going to be silent for the rest of it. Let me just turn this GPS off, otherwise she'll start speaking to me.
It'd be like sitting with my missus, complete and utter silence. I didn't mean that, Mrs. Teapot. I didn't mean that. It's the total opposite.
Take
She
that as a
never
blessing. Take that as a
shuts.
blessing.
Oh.
I was going to say, yeah. Take that as a blessing. That's where my acting skill comes in. Every now and again, it's like, oh yeah, marvellous, great idea. Should we do that then? And she go, you don't even know what we're talking about, do you? And I go, no, not really.
I thought someone just shot a gun. It was your bike starting.
Oh. Yeah, we're not that close to London, so we should be all right. If we were around where I sort of like live, I could accept that.
You've got like a helipad in your back garden. Who are you trying to kid?
It's not a heli, but it's a small helicopter. it's not a Chinook.
Minted.
TMF's got to have somewhere to land.
He's out skiing. He's away skiing at the moment.
Oh, is he? He's always away somewhere.
That man lives the life I want, I tell you. I tell you what though, Andy, he does work hard, Andy. Good God, the hours he puts in is phenomenal.
Oh, I've got no doubt. When you look at the content, you can see. I mean, coming from I was going to say a creative background like ourselves, so I'll put you in that category, but I wouldn't sort of like call myself creative. A wing it category, I can tell how much effort, time that guy puts into it. You can see it naturally in the videos.
Yeah.
Oh.
Funny guy, really funny guy.
Yet to meet him. He completes me, blanks me at every opportunity. No, I'm joking.
No, he's a lovely fella. Totally caught me off guard first time I met him because he's just he's an absolute scream.
Most people are though. I think most people I watch, you tend to get hold of their personality, and that's why I watch them. So you kind of know that you're gonna get on in real life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
It's like you can watch people and you think, I get what you're doing on YouTube, but we wouldn't get on. So I tend not to watch those people. I only watch people that are prepared to go riding with or hang around with.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not all freak factor.
Oh, this is so good just to be back out on an open road.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. Such a contrast to last week.
I know. Well, start to spring now, isn't it? So fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, I always say summer starts after my birthday, which is next week. So between Christmas and my birthday in the beginning of March, that doesn't exactly exist. Well, New Year and my birthday, that doesn't exist in my mind. But the year starts just after the beginning of March.
Right, well, this is a lovely little segue. Well done. Talking of beginning, you've got your beginning of season ride out soon, haven't you?
Oh yeah, do you know what? I forgot about that.
Well, it just popped into my head when you said beginning of whatever it was, beginning of summer.
I would like to claim that as a professional link.
But we're not that good.
Yeah, I completely forgot about my own meetup. Yeah, basically the beginning of season meetup, the boss, the BOS, that's coming up on the 5th of April.
Beautiful.
And the general theme of that is motorcycles, obviously. It's basically for the community to get together. If you're a YouTuber or Instagrammer, it used to just be YouTubers, but I kind of like the Instagrammers as well. They're coming up in my estimations.
Yeah.
So it's for them to announce to their followers or subscribers to get them to come along and meet them. It's not just my meetup, although I'm the host, so to speak. It's my brainchild. Yep. It's for everyone to get their little communities together to come up and meet them, because there's a lot of subscribers and followers that will never meet the people they look at or listen to or watch, because they just don't see that, they don't get that opportunity. It's not like normal YouTubers. We're not like normal YouTubers when we have all these vidcoms and this com and that con. You might get a few at the bike shows, that sort of thing. So what I thought I'd do was, a bit like the Americans do, I got it off there, I nicked it off their ideas, basically Suburban Delinquent, I nicked the idea completely off him. And it's to get everyone together as a community, just hang out and have a good time and a laugh and a little bit of a ride as well.
That's a great idea. So where's that meeting then?
We're starting at Newlands Corner.
Yep.
And that's the 5th of April, that's a Sunday, and that's going to be there for, I think I said 10, yeah I did, I know my own meets. Yeah, 10 o'clock at Newlands Corner to leave for 10:30, and then it's a nice short ride down to Rikers at Box Hill for 11 o'clock where the main meet is.
Nice
and the reason I chose that route, one, it's nice and simple, it's only really 2 roads, a couple of turn-ins, and you can have any bike basically from, I'd say 125 up, it doesn't matter. 50cc, you can do it, it's not illegal, there's no illegal parts of it, there's no motorways or massive dual carriageways, but there's a few, I think there's one 50-mile-an-hour section, but it's only short, so you can do it on 50, but I would suggest 125 up, and you can come out, just have a little bit of a ride down to Box Hill, and then hang out and talk rubbish with the rest of us.
Awesome. Sounds good, man. Well, I'll be there. I'm coming along, definitely.
Nice one.
So, see you there.
And I've had, this isn't definite yet, this is weather dependent, but I've been told that someone will be bringing up the brand new 2020 Fireblade.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh. I don't know whether that'd be me. It would be nice. Hopefully
awesome.
I've done the review by then. I should have done the review by then.
When are you taking that out?
Huh?
When do you take that baby out?
It's not in yet. They're waiting for it to come down, and then hopefully, I want to do it on a nice day. I don't want to do it on a shitty day where it's greasy, because it's I don't know, I think it's 217 brake horse, something like that.
Jesus.
It's a ridiculous amount. It might be less. There's going to be someone in the comment section of this going, oh no, it's 216.7.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's that in kilowatts?
Oh man, I know.
It's like, no one cares. We don't care about kilowatts. But what they clocked it at, I forget what he said. At the Phillip Island, it was the fastest down the straight, the Fireblade.
Seriously, was it?
Yeah, faster than the ZX-10s, the Ducatis, faster than all the world superbikes.
Blimey.
Obviously Leon had a little bit of problem stopping it coming down one of the turnings where he rammed the poor guy. I forget who he rammed, but yeah.
I haven't watched the first World Supers yet.
Alright, I won't ruin it for you.
I've heard it's stunning. I've been told it's one of the best races.
I will tell you this, Cole Fogarty didn't win this one.
Thanks. Cheers.
Spoiler alert.
I heard Reading did well.
Yeah, I like Reading. I never used to. But I like the way he sets himself up to learn. He's always sort of like on a learning curve. I mean, he might just be saying it because he's not doing as well as he thought he would, so I do that sort of thing. Well, it's all new to me, I've got different tyres, that sort of thing. But I like the way he's not expecting to go in there and just smash it every race.
Yeah.
And he's accepted that. Because it's got to be, I know it's a different kind of genre, but to come from MotoGP to to step back to British Superbikes, then to go up to World Superbikes, it's got to take a lot of guts to go to British Superbikes after MotoGP.
Yeah, definitely.
So I respect him for that. But we got no MotoGP, have we now?
Yeah, I don't get that. Moto 2 and Moto 3 are still going ahead, but MotoGP isn't. Why?
That's because they're already there. Moto 2 and 3 are already there testing. Whereas the MotoGP boys haven't left their hometowns yet.
Oh, okay,
And
right.
I believe, because it's Italy as well, and I think a lot of the manufacturers are not flying out of, I think the two places that Qatar don't want flights coming out of are Italy and Japan, which is 99% of, or 100% of all their bikes.
Right, fair enough.
So
Okay.
yeah, so I think that's it. I think they're just being cautious. And
Yeah, fair enough.
rightly so.
Well, this has brought us on to coronavirus out of nowhere, isn't it? But coronavirus, I'm not entirely sure what's going on there either, to be honest. Is it not just the flu?
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I mean, it can't be as bad as man flu, surely.
Well, of course not. Do you imagine a virus, an epidemic outbreak of man flu, which actually affected lady girls?
Oh, it would be, talk about pandemic.
It would be the end of civilization.
Yeah. I mean, it would be literally the dinosaurs would be queuing up to take back over.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no one's had it. Until you've had man flu, you don't know what illness is like. I mean, I've had pneumonia, I've died in a bike crash, but I'd take all of that, a little bit of death over man flu.
Yeah. Ebola, easy, no problems.
Yeah, I never got that, I managed to miss that one. And what was the other one for that? Nora. I didn't have a bit of Nora.
Jeez, did you?
Noro, whatever it's called. There's always some kind of virus there.
I think you just need to wash your hands more, you mucky bugger.
Well, that's the thing. That's all I look at. Basically, what they're saying is if you get it, you're a dirty bastard.
Yeah. You've not washed your hands after you went to the toilet.
I mean, we're joking about it, but I've actually got hand gel in my tank bag.
Have you?
Yeah.
I was speaking to my dad last night, but I mean, bear in mind, it's probably a good idea. My dad's 79, but my dad's gone and bought some of these masks.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he's now got them. And, you know, when I first heard it, I thought, oh, God, what are you doing? But then I thought, actually, you know what, it's a good move for him, because he is in that danger category, isn't he?
Yeah, it makes sense if you're very young or quite old and fragile. Yeah. Then you've got to be wary. I mean, you should be wary anyway. Yeah. For normal flus, they can hurt you bad enough. But the thing is with those masks, the weird thing about those masks is you buy them and they're made in China. So that they come pre-infected.
Enough said about that. Yeah, flu. I've had proper flu, I think, twice in my life. Good God.
It is not pleasant.
Mate, it floored me for about 3 days. I was just in bed, couldn't move. Horrible.
Yeah, a lot of people will claim they've got flu.
Yeah.
When all they've got really is a heavy cold.
Yeah, definitely.
You know if you've got flu, you're out for the week, completely out.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Can't do anything.
It is horrible. I take pain over sort of like sickness. I suppose because I'm used to the pain, but
pain's temporary, isn't it?
Yeah, with pain you can sort of like still function. Yeah. But with sort of like illness, sickness, you just don't want to do anything. It just knocks you physically, mentally. It's horrible. This is a nice cheery podcast, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Also gives you wings. And I've heard if you get coronavirus, it gives you 2 inches on your penis. There you go. All those blokes rushing out.
Booking a ticket.
Yeah, licking toilet floors.
Straight down to the local Chinese to snog the person behind the counter. Can I use your toilet?
That's it. That's all you need to do to get our people over it. Give them the benefits.
Oh, pants, we should have done a left there. See, because I've turned off the navigation, I can't hear when it's telling me to turn.
Oh, right.
Right,
it's alright, we're on bikes, doesn't matter, we can get lost.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the beauty of biking. So you wouldn't do it in a car, you're like, oh, but on a bike, where does that go?
Yeah, why not? Let's follow it and see. Do you remember that last time well, not the last time, the first time we went out, last year, we ended up down some proper agricultural lanes, didn't we?
Yeah, we was in Tractorville, weren't we?
Yeah.
I forget, where did we end up? We ended up somewhere near the coast.
Well, we were trying to get, that's right, we were actually trying to get to Goodwood, or I was trying to get us to Goodwood with no map or sat nav at all, and no idea of where we were. So funnily enough, we didn't make Goodwood.
We didn't make Goodwood. We didn't make any wood. We didn't even get wood.
Whoa, that's a different channel.
I mean, we do enjoy biking though, so it was possible.
Ah, yes, there is that.
I forgot we got to Goodwood today.
Well, I'm not entirely sure where we are or where we're going now, to be
Yeah, we
honest.
might not.
That's one of the dangers, isn't it, when you just blindly follow a sat-nav. I have no idea where we are.
I don't usually use even sat-nav. I just go out and then just take roads I fancy and then see where I end up.
Yeah.
So I almost want to do a challenge where the only aim of the day is left or right.
Have you ever played the left-right game?
No, that sort of thing, but do it like with a magic 8-ball or something, where it tells you straight, left or right.
I'll say this because I'm no longer there, but in my old job we used to play a game sometimes when you were out mobile, you know, when you're just patrolling in the vans. We used to play a game called the left-right game. So that was, if you were coming along here, you would have to take either a left or a right. So if you took the left, then you couldn't do another left. It had to be a right or a straight on.
Okay, so you have to do the opposite every time.
Every time, yeah. And we just play that game and see where you ended up.
I like that, that's good on a bike.
On a bike, it's fantastic, yeah, great fun.
That's what you want, and you'll always end up somewhere and you think, Jesus, I didn't even know this place existed.
Yeah, I know, yeah. We should have done that actually, but well, we want to get to the calf, so...
Yeah, food's a priority, coffee.
Yeah, exactly. Next time we'll play a left-right game.
Time. But yeah, we'll do the left-right.
End up in Land's End or something.
That's the beauty of England though, you can't go too far, can you?
Nah.
You'll always end up near the sea at some point.
God, there is some amount of roadworks going on. I take it this is to do with the flooding. I'm assuming.
I'm surprised the flooding hasn't subsided. It hasn't rained for at least 12 hours.
I think, genuinely, I've never been here before. Where are we? Horsham.
Horsham.
She was quite a nice lady. Quite nice, that. Horsham. I've been to Horsham, I'm sure, but never this
Yeah, this is about half an hour away from my house.
We've done the weirdest route ever.
Could have met you here.
Yeah. Saved all this babbling.
I'm only saying that to put people off the scent.
That's right, yeah. Because you live in...
Because the problem is, once you do YouTube, I mean, you have people camping in your front garden and everything.
Mate, have you had that yet?
Oh, they write on the lamppost, they're out taking selfies with me mum.
Seriously, have you had people turn up at your house yet?
Nah, not at all.
Oh, God.
I don't know how I would handle that.
I have.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, but I've never been there. So, but I mean, it's not in a bad way. It's just people have recognised, because I mean, it was a conscious decision. It may well have been a mistake, I don't know, but I'm okay about it. But I've filmed at my house, you know, and
okay.
as I've left my house. So if you know the area, you'll know where I live. But I've had people like turn up and just leave something, you know, like
shit on your doorstep.
Yeah. I've had like a guy that did some cleaning products. He left a bottle of the cleaning product on my front door with a note that basically said, you know, just thought I've got this. I thought I'd just drop this off and see what you thought of it, which is awesome. It's great of him, really good of him.
That's
but,
not too bad.
If I'd been there and you've got some random person turning up, you'd be like, oh,
you want a bit more
that's a bit
hostile.
weird. Yeah. Or it'd be my missus had answered the door, and you know.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd react, to be honest.
That's a little bit weird.
But I tend to film not near my house if possible.
Yeah.
Well, I film in my house, that's quite near, but not the outside. And
house,
even if I've got, I like to call it an estate, But even if I've got someone following me on a bike, I won't turn down my road.
It's more a postcode, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, people are going to think I've got shitloads of money.
He's minted.
I'm a working class man.
Oh yeah, working class. Yeah.
I am. I'm the last of the working class. Last of the working class. I am. I could speak Cockney with the rest of them, Governor. I mean, I actually speak London, but when I put a London accent on, it sounds shit. And I'm a Londoner.
Sorry, I just fed you the wrong way. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
This man comes from YouTube royalty.
Yeah, they might be YouTube royalty. Oh, that sounds good. But I'm not. I'm just a beginner.
Your daughters have like 96 million followers, don't they?
Oh, I don't think it's quite that bad. She's got, I don't know what she's got now. 600,000 on YouTube. I think 600,000 or 700,000 Insta. 400,000 or 500,000 on Twitter.
That's
she's on Twitch now as well. She's got a few thousand coming up on Twitch. She's also got a second channel which has got 100,000 on.
So what does your eldest daughter, what's her channel about then?
At the moment it's vlogging. It's a lot to do with music and her life basically, and mucking around and stuff like that. But what she mainly does, she's a singer-songwriter, she's a musician. So she writes and she produces and she does all her own stuff. She's had a few hits. She's had a #1 in the R&B charts on iTunes and 2 top 10s in the pop charts. All off her own back, produced by herself.
A few hits.
Yeah, all produced by herself, done by herself, promoted by herself, all through the platform of social media. So it's going really well.
Mate, you must be proud as punch.
Oh, fucking hell. I shouldn't swear. I've got to stop swearing. Yeah, I am. I'm proud of both my kids, to be honest.
Yeah, your youngest started as well.
My youngest, yeah, she was demonetised for a little while.
Oh, was she? What was she do?
Yeah, we're still trying to work that out. We don't know.
Oh, right.
I think it's because she's got a few followers on Instagram. She told them all to go over. So for a new channel, she nearly hit 10,000 subs in her first couple of videos.
Oh,
and I think YouTube just didn't tolerate it.
Yeah.
But she's started up again now. She's enjoying it.
Good.
But she's another musician. She plays classical piano.
Does she?
Yeah. I'll try and find the clip and put it on the video here. Insert here. That sort of thing. Yeah. She plays it, but unfortunately she suffers a little bit from stage fright. So although she enjoys it, she doesn't like the performance side of things. Although she's bloody good at it.
Yeah.
Whereas my other daughter, she loves performing and the live singing and that.
Yeah.
So she's doing really well. They're both really good. It's only me that's slacking when it comes to social media.
Yeah, pull your finger out.
I know, I feel so useless. I feel so proud of what I've done, without sounding big-headed or anything, but let's face it, I'm bloody coming up to 49 years old.
Yeah.
And I've got a YouTube channel and it's doing okay. So to me, it shouldn't work, but it does.
I know, that's the thing, isn't it? Is that it's not all about subscribers at all, but it is a massive thing that when you have a channel, you want as many subscribers, don't you? You just want more all the time, because it's that like self-gratification thing, isn't it? It's just I don't know, it's show me you like me, show me you love me.
It is. It's a little bit selfish, to be honest. As you say, it is. You can say, every YouTuber can say, or social media person, if they're craving to do it as a living, so to speak, or they want it to go somewhere, they can all say, oh, it's not about this, it's not about that, I don't care about subscribers, don't care about views, but you do. Even if you've got 100 subscribers and 10 views, you're happy at that because you're growing.
Yep.
No one's ever satisfied. I think that's what it is.
True. Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not a big-headed thing. It's like a business. You want to see your business grow.
Yeah, definitely.
So you nurture it, you put the time and effort in, and when you get the views back, or the subscribers, or the comments, it's a little bit of reward for the effort you put in, and it makes you feel good.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, because I think in general, and this is probably for 99% of people in a job, I know if my normal job is like this, you never get a pat on the back. It's always the negative. You'll always be pulled up for the negative. you never get the pat on the back. And what YouTube does, it gives you, well, it does depend on your channel. If you're Logan Paul, you might get a few more negatives, but if, in normal sort of like YouTube land where I am, you get more pats on the backs than you do negatives.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is rare in this day and age. It's built on negativity now, so it's nice to get that pat on the back. Oh, tunnel, a little bit of tunnel love.
Brilliant.
Children.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Yeah. Oh, this is like my gatehouse to my place.
I was going to say, this is... no, are we going that way?
We're going fire
Main
pack.
entrance to Christ's Hospital. This
You
is the way
wouldn't
it
think you
says.
need a hospital, would you?
What, out here?
I mean, Christ's Hospital. I thought he was self-healing.
That's a good point. Just respawns.
Yeah. I'll just patch up your wrists, mate. Oh, let's not go down the religious route.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Oh dear. Start talking about politics in a minute.
Yeah, oh no.
Off.
Well, we can cover politics. You'll have to beat this out. They're all cunts. I think that covers it.
Yes, I concur with the above statement. Yeah. Right,
It's quite nice round here.
It is, isn't it? It's like your front lawn, this. Wow.
Strange man in the garden just staring at us. There you go.
He's looking going, you're not from this village.
Yeah. You're not from round here.
He probably heard us coming through that underpass, revving the engine.
Yeah, just giving us dirty looks.
Hooligans.
I mean, we're laughing. Someone may have concreted his feet into the ground, so he can't move. we're just taking the piss out of him.
Yeah, this is actually a gangster hotbed.
Yeah.
And we've just ridden by a hit.
I can see that. It's very gangsterist, this village.
It does look like downtown Compton, doesn't it?
It is.
The American motovloggers, if they're watching this, must be looking at it thinking, what the hell? This is like something out of a Hugh Grant film.
Oh, traction control.
Yeah,
I went for the jump, didn't work.
I keep forgetting I have to look at the map because I don't actually know where I am. This is better. This is nice out here.
Could you imagine if all roads were this empty?
Oh, awesome. Where is this?
Itchingfield. We're heading towards Itchingfield.
I've been there a few times.
Yeah. It's probably why the hospital's up there.
Yeah, I know it.
It's on the outskirts of Syphilisville.
Gonna go bowling down on Gangrene. This connection is so much better, isn't it?
Oh.
Awesome.
I wonder if you're going to pick up the exhaust notes on the... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we'll get the exhaust notes.
Yeah, on the podcast. Yeah, for the sake of the podcast, we just come around a bend, there's two horses and a car on the wrong side of the road right in front of us.
Yeah. Literally stationary, having a chat with the lady on the horse. It's good of him to do that right in front of a bend.
That's why you might have had a little bit of a... Hey!
You alright? Did you just pop a wheelie? Are you there?
Oh,
Mr Fish is gone.
I'm back.
Oh, right. What was that?
Dear me.
Yeah, got you. What happened?
I don't know. I think I couldn't actually hear you because of the noise of my exhaust.
I just heard you go, whoa, and then it went silent.
Oh no, I was just saying if you hear that on the podcast, the reason I went whoa was because of the car, basically. I don't just randomly say that. Well, not often anyway.
2 Mile Ash Road.
Named after the famous volcano down here.
That's the one.
It's like Pompeii. That's why it's called Ash Road.
Slightly distasteful.
I'd love to live in a little village, but I think everything's too far away.
The thing is though, is that we're probably not. We're probably like 5 or 10 miles from a big supermarket or something.
Oh.
That sounded good, man.
I think I'm just spoilt where I live. But I can walk to the shops. I like actually walking to the shops.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm within, say, a 15-minute walk of a shop, I'm quite happy.
Would you not be happy to like live in the middle of nowhere?
I would. I'd love it. Oh, trash control. But I don't think my missus would.
No.
Nah, she hates the isolation. I think with us, it's dependent on where our kids move to.
Yeah.
I think that's a big factor. But I'd like, if I could, if I had stupid amounts of money, I'd like one house in central London and one house in the middle of nowhere.
Gotcha.
So I've got that choice, or maybe sort of like central London, because I like, I'm going to sound so posh now, going out to the theatre and stuff like that. I just find it really entertaining.
Minted.
And it's nothing to do with the money. And the reason I'd like a house in central London is so I can get mullered and crawl home. That's the only reason.
Hanging on to your youth. Hanging on.
But I would like a house, say, down in Cornwall or Devon or something, quite near the coast, but cut off, like on the cliff tops or something.
Yeah.
As long as I can see some kind of water, and I don't mean floods, I'm quite
I was going to say you'd be all right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. My ideal home would be in the middle of nowhere, probably somewhere like, I would say British Columbia, set in the forests, right on the banks of a beautiful, massive big lake. Oh, just love that. To open my windows, or to step out onto a porch that was above the water would just be phenomenal.
Nice.
I'd love that. You know what I mean? You open up your doors and there's the lake and the mountains and
that's
awesome.
beautiful.
And then you can just bish bash bosh and have Tesco's deliver your food. Boy, job done. Or the local store just up the road.
That's it. Everything I say makes me sound like I was going to say a nice farm shop, local farm shop. I can trust me on this one. I'm not how I'm coming across. I'm as common as fuck.
You're a Sainsbury's man, aren't you? Sainsbury's.
No, I wouldn't stoop so low. Waitrose.
Waitrose. Just silly me, of course.
I get it straight from the farm. If I could, I'd like to move to some parts of America. I love America.
Yeah, I love the States.
I love California.
Absolutely love it.
But to be honest, I like the heat.
Oh dear.
It's not beat around the bush here. I like the heat because of as we were talking earlier about the bones and all the bits that are falling to bits. It's much nicer in the heat. So I like the fact that it could be warm all year round.
Yeah.
And if you do need the cold, and the beauty of California, of course, if you do need the cold, they've still got mountains, so you can go and one of the guys was saying to me, you can go skiing in the morning and jet skiing in the afternoon.
Oh man, amazing.
Yeah. That's it. So that to me, I like the idea of that. And I get jealous of the amount you can get for your bloody money as well.
It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. You hear about some of these folk in the States, how much land and the size of property they've got, and you know, for like 200 grand, £200,000, they're buying these massive homes with loads of land. And you think you couldn't get a one-bedroom flat for that here now?
Oh no, it's ridiculous. Well, look, obviously if you go Beverly Hills or Central LA and that, it's similar to London, probably a bit more expensive, but But on the whole, if you go to the middle of nowhere, you could get a lot of land, build yourself a ranch. A ranch. Yeah. I don't know why I said it like that. A ranch.
A ranch.
A ranch.
I'm just going to change. I've got to put a new session in because this session has died. I think I've got loads left in the GoPro.
We're pulling in a label. I had to have a session.
You're such a dirty boy. Right.
Let me turn that. I'll keep the old
I'm still
GoPro rolling. Stretch the legs. It is nice round here, though.
I see you've been riding with your left leg sticking out. Why is that?
Oh, I don't know. Just I get bored. So My legs, I stand up, I sit down, I'm all over I think because the problems I've got with the spine and that, I'm quite fidgety naturally. Yeah. So I'm sort of like up, down. Even when I'm sitting in a chair at home, I'm sort of like left, right, legs over here, arms over there. Drives people insane.
I was going to say, I bet you're a nightmare, aren't you, to watch a film with?
Yeah, so we don't go to the cinema too often because I'm quite embarrassing, and I tend to punch the person next to me in the face a lot.
I always have to get up and go for a pee at the cinema. Always.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bloke thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's an old bloke thing. Yeah. As soon as I walk in, my missus gives me the ticket. You're going to need this.
Right, switch that back on. Right, let's sync up the session. Beautiful. Oh, the joys of motovlogging, eh?
Shall I get on it like a horse?
Yeah, let's see you. I've never seen a horse ride a motorbike though.
Well, if you got the nickname, you got to stick with it, ain't you? Saddle up, big boy.
I'm scared. Oh, right, let us go. Wheel spin as we come out the horse pool. Do you know this place is called Coolum? Where do you live?
I think we should pull over so I can do my crash helmet up.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Right. Safety first.
There we go.
I mean, what a plonker.
I'll tell you what, here's a great little plug. This new lid I've got, the Ruroc one, it's got the magnetic chin strap.
Alright, how does that work?
It's brilliant. It's like a hook and it's magnetic, so you literally just flip them together and it slots in place. It's awesome. They've got videos online of the Ruroc folk suspending oh god, it's like a massive big generator, like a 400 or 500 pound generator from the chin strap to show that, you know, this thing is secure.
That's pretty good.
Because it's really hard. You can do it with one hand.
I still like a double D though.
Everyone likes double D.
Oh, so childish.
What's the podcast got an 18 rating?
Yeah.
Sorry, I should have gone there.
Not often you get to follow Paul to lose.
Yeah, I know.
I hope they're empty. Have you ever got stuck behind a garbage truck, like a dust truck?
Yeah.
In the
smell.
Summer? Oh my god. That's one of the worst things
horrendous.
Ever. On a country lane twisty where you can't get past, you're stuck behind a rubbish truck.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you think, oh, is it raining? No, it's not. I took the Ducati Multistrada 1260S GT out yesterday.
I can't hear you. Too much wind blast.
Have you got me now?
Yep.
Right. I took out the Ducati 1260 Multistrada S yesterday.
Oh, what, the Multistrada?
Yeah. Oh, mate, the power of that thing is nuts.
What are they, about 160 brake horse?
No, it's only, I think it's 130 brake horsepower, but it feels like it's got so much more torque, certainly than the 1200 GS. 1251 on the 1250 GS.
Out again. Is your phone on?
No, I'm here. Is that, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's got more poke than the new 1250 GS, but certainly compared to this, just the sort of power from about 5,000–6,000 revs.
Is it a twin or
nuts.
a V4?
Twin. They've not brought out the, excuse me.
Okay.
V4
I do like the Multistradas.
Yeah,
I really do.
I've never ridden one before. Yesterday was the first time.
The only thing
Yeah.
that puts me off is it's a Ducati for everyday use.
Yeah, I was the same.
Yeah, but the technology, you can't deny the technology, the styling, the handling, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know it's a weird one because I know plenty of people who have Ducatis and you ride them most days and have
Yeah.
no issues at all. But then I've also heard of people who have loads of issues with them. But I think that's just bikes in general, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of people had a load of issues with BMWs. I've never had a single one. But
I think nowadays, pretty much, as long as you look after them right, they should be okay.
yeah, and for me, it's how the dealership looks after you. That's the big
Yeah,
one for
that's
me.
it. If you've got a small problem, they sort it out quickly.
Yeah,
it's not
definitely.
really a problem.
Yeah.
But a dealer can turn a small problem into a big problem.
Absolutely. Always thinking there might be this horse around the corner on these roads.
I have no idea where we are.
No, me either. It's very nice though, isn't it? It's lovely.
It is, it's very pleasant. Very pleasant.
Very pleasant.
I've noticed I say that on my videos as well. Very pleasant. And I don't say that in normal life. But
Quite
for some
quaint.
reason, for some reason, when I'm out on a bike going through the countryside, well, this is very pleasant.
No, I say far.
Yeah. But I don't know what it is. It's like you're trying to portray what it feels to you, because obviously you can only get the pictures. You don't actually get the feeling. So you're trying
That's
to sort of like get across how you're feeling at the time. So that comes out. Oh, it's very pleasant. I'm enjoying myself.
Cold.
Yeah.
Cold. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. Cold.
Cold.
Yeah. I've actually, talking of issues, my right hand heated grip has packed up for some reason on this.
Oh right.
So my left is nice and toasty, and my right is bloody freezing.
You run summer gloves all year though, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. See, I've got winter gloves on. I haven't even got my heated grips on.
Have you not? You're
I
triple
mean, this should
hard.
be tropical for you anyway.
Yeah, but you're all dosed up on blooming painkillers, aren't you? You
Well,
feel
there is
nothing.
that. There is that. I can't feel a thing. I might have actually broken my leg on the tree back there. I'm not quite sure.
Right. Where's this?
The worst ones I was on when I first had my accident, I was on 8 tramadols a day.
God, I've never even heard of them.
That was like 2 or 3 months of my life. I can't even remember.
Jeez.
It's probably good that I didn't remember it, but
Tramadol, never even heard of that.
it's basically one up from codeine. So the next level up. I'll tell you the best stuff. I shouldn't say it like that. The best stuff I've ever had.
Stuff.
When I came out from the operation on my shoulder, they couldn't get the pain managed. I was in recovery for 5 hours.
Right.
You're only meant to be there for half an hour to an hour.
Jeez.
And I was full. Oh, she's got a face full of shit then. Yeah, so I was
So
only meant
much
to
I
be.
could say.
For the podcast, that wasn't literal. Okay, it was just water. But yeah, I came out into recovery and they couldn't control the pain, and I was on the maximum morphine that I could have. So they injected into my morphine drip ketamine.
You are kidding me.
No, and I'll tell you
God.
what, that is the best 5 minutes I've ever had in my life. I actually learnt to levitate.
Gee whiz, man. Ketamine. Jeez.
Yeah, the doctor said, don't ask me what it is because you're not getting it again.
Wow.
And it was beautiful stuff. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not an advocate for drug taking. I'm not. If you take drugs, you're a bit of a dick, to be honest. But it was good.
It was good.
I didn't take it recreationally, so it's fine. It was
No,
for pure medical reasons. But
It's
I could
medicinal 3 times a week.
But I can understand how people get addicted to like crack, heroin, if that's the sort of buzz they get.
Yeah.
For that initial sort of like temporary 5 minutes, whatever it is, that hit. and in that moment, I knew exactly why people got hooked on drugs.
Oh wow! See,
For that buzz.
I've had morphine quite a few times with various different injuries and things because I seem to have developed a habit of throwing myself off of motorcycles.
Yeah.
And, but I can honestly say I cannot remember what it's like to be on morphine. I've got no recollection of it.
Yeah, that's like tramadol and codeine. It just
Is it?
makes you forget about it.
Yeah.
And that's what ketamine's supposed to do. It's meant to sort of like, I think, just knock your brain out of sense so you don't actually know the pain you're in.
But you had the best trip ever.
But I remembered it. Oh my god, I sometimes relive it while sitting on the sofa just to bring myself back to the happy times.
You can hear the genuine, what's the word I'm looking for?
Joy.
Joy
It
of that
was.
experience. Yeah.
I explained it to my wife at the time. I said it was like I was levitating on the bed.
Your wife at the time, or your wife?
No, my
At the
wife. She's still the same one.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I've got away with that one.
Yeah, you
No,
did,
that
yeah.
sounds like I've had an affair. I haven't. I'm just really annoying.
Digging away.
Yeah, well, I stopped digging a hole now. Anyway, I'm gay. So, I'm not really. Where was I? So I said to her at the time, the way I explained it, it's like I'm levitating in the bed with an angel choir singing. That's how I pictured it. It was
Wow.
like, oh, it was
Jesus.
amazing. But don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, we're doing a good job here, aren't we?
Yeah, I hope
The
I put
best
you
thing
off.
in the world. Don't do
I hope
drugs,
I put
kids.
you off. Don't do drugs, they're fucking brilliant.
Oh, we're gonna have to block that out.
But you can't quit twice.
There's no space for quitters. Never give up. Right, apparently we're 18 miles away from Goodwood.
Nice. We dream about that at our age, don't we?
What's
Goodwood.
that? Goodwoods, yeah. I don't know what you mean.
Goodwood's the one with the little tunnel you go through, isn't it?
That's the one.
Oh yeah, I like that. For pure childish reasons.
But I don't think, no, we don't go through the tunnel for this calf. We're
Oh,
doing
you don't?
No, we do the calf before the tunnel. You turn left
okay.
and follow up the end. Yeah.
I'm turning round then.
I don't know. You can go through the tunnel if you like.
Got to be a little bit annoying.
Ooh, this thing's got a speed camera aware thing.
What's
I
that,
never
the
knew-
GPS?
Yeah. I never knew it had that.
Was it beeping in your ear?
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than having a GPS set up, you know, when the speed camera's on, but the speed camera beeping's like 10 times louder than everything else.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It shits the life out of you.
Pierces your very brain.
Yeah.
Right, we're doing a right at the end.
Right, true to character. This is a quaint little village.
Quite great. It's got a Waitrose, look, you'd be happy.
Pardon?
It's got a Waitrose, you could live here.
Yeah. This is going to sound so snobbish what I'm about to say.
Hang on, look, they don't have pigeons, they have white doves.
They're doves. That's it. I could live here. No, this is going to sound snobbish, but whenever I look for a house, I look for a Waitrose and a Pizza Express.
Do you?
Because
Such a snob.
this makes sense. Because shops do millions of pounds worth of research on where they'd stick their shops.
Yeah, good point.
And a Waitrose and a Pizza Express is never going to stick their shop in a real shitty area.
No, I got you.
Yeah, so I know it sounds snobbish, but it saves me doing my research. Saying that, saying that, I live near a Lidl now.
Yeah, I was going to say I've got an Aldi around the corner for you.
I do
Look,
live.
they've got an entire flock of white doves from above.
The doves from above.
Yeah. Wow.
Maybe this is a
Where is
magical
this?
little village. A bit like Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Wow. Anyway, enough said.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Just saw someone I knew.
I saw a couple of things I knew there. Well, I vaguely remember, yeah.
Rectory Road.
I don't know where we are. It's gorgeous.
Always sounds
wherever
painful,
it is.
doesn't it?
Rectory Road.
Rectory Lane and Rectory Road. Always in the arse end of nowhere.
Storrington, that's where we are. Storrington.
Storrington.
Well, folks, if you live in Storrington, you live in a beautiful little village.
It's a lovely little quaint village.
It is, isn't it?
Very pleasant, I think they say. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here. Still recording. Beautiful.
You can never tell because with the Cena on, you constantly got a slight bit of crackle.
Oh dear.
But with these they cut in and out quite clearly.
That's right, yeah. It's got really good sort of noise cancelling technology on the mic, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be good if you could incorporate that mic into your GoPro footage.
Oh, it'd be wonderful. I don't know whether noise cancelling will work on the GoPro. Because of all the clicking in and out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. My technology when it comes to GoPros, we're still on Hero 4.
A lot of people do use the Hero 4 though, don't they? I know
Yeah,
Chops he's a big believer in the Hero 4.
Couldn't do that on a 125.
No, yeah, you couldn't. I wasn't entirely sure I could do it on this.
Got to get my speedo fixed though. It shows weird numbers when you're only doing 40 miles an hour.
Mine's the same, yeah. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. Do you go to any of these like off-road circuits or anything? Enduro circuits?
Sorry, say that again?
Do you do any of the enduro circuits and things that have cropped up?
No. I kind of want to, but I haven't got the skill level for one.
Right.
And well, that's for 2 and 3 as well. And my bike's not really an enduro. Mine's a dual sport, my little 250. So I'm sure it'd do it, but I'd be the odd one out.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because it'd be proper enduro bikes, and I'm a little bit not self-conscious. Probably lack the confidence to enter an enduro race with my level of skill on that bike. Because to me, you'd have to be something special to enter it on that bike and not look like an idiot.
But they do, I thought they've got like enduro tracks where you can effectively just turn up like a track day. You can just turn up and just go round and round.
I've seen those around Surrey and Sussex and that.
Yeah, it seems
but when I've looked at them, they always look really, really busy.
Right, yeah.
And really muddy as well. And but if you go at a weekend, I've seen sort of like people's YouTube videos of them, and there's like, seems like hundreds of people out on it.
Yeah.
Whereas I kind of like to get away from the crowd when I'm out on a bike.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm a bit, as I said before, I'm a little bit of a loner, I think, when it comes to biking. That's why I find it so pleasurable, because I work central London, essentially, with thousands of people. When I sort of like want to relax, I want to get away from everything. That's why I like coming out to the countryside like this, and not going into the towns.
Yeah.
So with the enduro side, I'm not sure. One, I definitely know I'm not good enough. so that's a major factor.
Right.
Because when I see, I can't remember her name. Her name's Vanessa. She's an Instagrammer.
Yeah, girl on a bike.
Yeah, that's her. She does lots of it. And she's so inspiring. Yeah. With the stuff she puts out and the places she goes. It's like
she's a very positive person.
Yeah, she's living the dream.
Yeah, I met her at Toro.
Right.
In December when I was down there. Yeah, she's lovely. Really, her and her boyfriend were down doing some training.
Is it Rocky, isn't it? Rocky.
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. Yeah, he's military.
They seem really clued up, and they're really positive. That's what I like about her.
Yeah, definitely.
Very positive and not scared to get stuck in. And she's obviously coming back from injuries as well. From a, I think it was a hip.
Yeah,
she had a major operation on that. Yeah. So I was speaking to her sort of like via Instagram about flotation tanks.
Oh yeah.
She said they've worked really well for her, so I might give those a go for my shoulder.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, I find it sort of like really inspirational, the stuff she puts up. It's rare that I find an Instagrammer inspirational. But yeah, her and her fella. I think they put out some good stuff.
And I think, I mean, I might get slaughtered here for generalising so much, but I think the female community on Instagram in particular is really supportive. They seem to be really supportive of each other.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think there's the other side of it, the total flip side.
Yeah, I've had a conversation, I'm not going to put it on this podcast. I've had a conversation with another YouTuber, and we had this conversation about certain Instagrammers, not the ones we've talked about, but certain Instagrammers that absolutely blank you at social media events.
Seriously?
Even though they've got very small YouTube channels, but they got more on Instagram. They just look at the Instagram, and and I know a few of this stateside as well. And it's not just women; it is blokes as well, where they're not interested unless you've got more than they have, unless
the
they
whole
can
number
gain
game.
from it. So it's unfair to say it was the women. It just happened to be we were talking about two certain Instagrammers, and they were definitely like that. Not interested in YouTubers or the social media unless you've got 10 times more than them.
Yeah.
Although on YouTube sense we had much more, but it's just Instagram, and that's all they looked at. We were very small compared to them.
Yeah, I get that. Totally get that.
And they would again, it's not meant to sound like it's going to sound sexist, but most of their pictures are standing next to a bike.
Oh God, they are. Yeah.
So it's not a biking picture, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, Instagram is very visual, isn't it?
We're going to break up a bit now. I've got a transporter between us.
Okay, mate. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're clear at the moment. Clear.
I can't see anything past. We're on a full bend.
Right, one towards now. One towards.
You're breaking up. Just hope one of these cars doesn't fall off.
All we've got is we've probably got less than 1,000 yards between the two of us, but there's a car transporter.
He's bloody eating the trees now, getting branches on me. I'd hate to have that car on top.
I'm just starting to hear you now. There you go, that's because
We're past. A little bit of quick shifting.
That's crazy, that, isn't it? Literally just a transporter in between us and you lose the reception.
Yeah. I mean, before we had a fag packet between us.
Yeah, I know,
We wouldn't have got it.
It's this one. Beautiful.
Oh, I know where we are.
Yeah, I've got it now. That's, what do you call it? Whiteways.
Yeah. I've been down here before.
Yeah.
Just on the way to, is it Bodnar?
Chichester.
Oh, I'm totally wrong.
Oh no, Bodnar is down this way as well. was that wind noise from me or from you?
It's from me, it's the buffeting. I've changed the screen.
Ah, right. Okay.
So I've got my old screen back on, so anything above 12 miles an hour, or as it says on my speedo, 80, it buffets a bit.
Oh, you've definitely got a faulty speedometer.
Plus this crash helmet's really loud as well, so that doesn't help. Once I get a new lid and put all the stuff in there, hopefully it'll be a bit more quiet. It's a road-based lid I'm getting. So.
Yeah, you've got the new Shark coming, haven't you?
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
a little bit of a thing coming up.
Nice
Can't
one.
speak too much of it at the moment in case he doesn't turn up and then I look like an idiot.
I didn't
But
say that.
hopefully in the next week or so I should have something nice and fresh for the channel.
Awesome, good. I've got the new LS2 Pioneer Evo.
Oh, right, is that an adventure lid?
It is, yeah, it's a peaked one. Yeah, adventure lid, sorry, yeah. I've got that coming.
Nice. Be interested to see that one.
Yeah, because, I mean, you get coffee snobs, you get helmet snobs, and I suppose I think I probably am or was one of them, because I was generally only ever shoebies about the only thing I would ever go for, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then I've given this Rurock a bash, and then LS2 have kindly given me the new Pioneer Evo, so I'm going to try that and see what it's like. It looks really good.
I know a few people that run LS2s off-road.
Do you?
They speak quite highly of them.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it's going to be like.
Obviously you don't know these things until you try them.
Absolutely, yeah. And a lot, you know what it's like, a lot of times things have a reputation from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And they kind of come on leaps and bounds. Because LS2 was traditionally your sort of, it was your moped rider, cheap budget lid, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And yeah, they've moved on, so it'll be interesting to see what that's like now.
So when I first started buying Sharks, no one had heard of them.
Yeah.
And when I had my major crash, I was wearing a Shark, and it saved my face and my head brilliantly. So I've had probably about 5 Sharks since then.
Wow. Never tried the Shark, never worn one. Yeah,
Tesla.
when you're out with a group. Oh yeah, nice Tesla, yeah. When you're out with a group and you've got the Pactalk Bolds going, it's quite good because the signal just sort of, it gets relayed amongst everybody.
Yeah, it just bounces off, uses
so it's really good when you're
a
out
network.
Yeah, have you been following John Hogan's articles in Superbike magazine?
No.
He's running a special on it all now. They're really good, really good.
It's a shame, isn't it? But the thing that probably makes it worse is motorcycling is so personal.
Yeah.
That it's not just like another business, it's almost an insult to the people that will.
Yeah, massively. And not just them, but all these poor buggers that are losing their pensions.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the
such a
whole
massive
industry, I don't know, the thing I like about, it's not transparent motorcycling by any stretch of the imagination, but they seem to be a little bit more honest than everyone else.
Yeah.
And that's kind of put a dent in that facade.
Yeah, definitely. Because we've got this community thing going on here, haven't we?
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a weird one because there are cliques, definitely, and, you know, sports bikes have their own little clique, and GS and Harley, everyone has their own little inner cliques, but then we're all still bikers.
Yeah, exactly. If you get into a group together, then everyone will ride with everyone. It's just banter, isn't it? A little bit of banter between the groups, but yeah. So when something like that comes along, it is a little bit of a kick in the teeth to all people who ride bikes.
Yeah, massively. If you feel like you've been sort of cheated on.
Because what it is the industry is a hobby industry. It's not a necessity industry. So they played on people's passions and have taken the money away from what is basically people's dreams. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating, like it's dreams, but it is. That's what motorcyclists is. You get your dream bike, and I'm sure most of those people that bought those bikes, they saved up for a long time, and it was their dreams, and it's just been taken away by a bit of greed.
Yeah, I mean, what happens to these people then who've paid for bikes and now the company's gone? Are they?
I assume they lose their money. If you go bankrupt, then the bank takes all your money. I think there's some kind of fund where some people might get something back, like some kind of contingency. But I think that's more through the banks than the company. But I'm not sure. Because I know they owed a lot of people a lot of money.
It's terrible, isn't it?
And bear in mind, I'd probably break your finger off for a £5. I'm glad I didn't buy one.
I've heard you'll do some pretty outrageous things for a Mars bar.
Wonder if they've got any testing going on today or racing.
Oh, I don't know, we'll find out in a tick. Let's have a look. And here we are.
We are at Goodwood. Or as I like to call it, my country house.
This is like the shed at the bottom of your garden, this, isn't it? With your driveway round about it.
Yeah, I must get my racetrack up and running.
The Goodwood shop. Oh, I see. Well, I reckon that'll do us now then, John.
Yeah. Caf's just in the far corner there, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's just here, the little balcony thing. Well folks, that was the inaugural MotoCast. Let me know what you think. What has it been like? If you're watching on the tubes, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever takes your fancy. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you want to hear more of these motocasts, or has it just not been your thing? Let us know. Alright folks, make sure you pop over to John's channel, right there, the official Mr Fish, and show him some love. John, been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for inviting me along, Bruce.
No problem at all.
It's been
a cup of tea.
It's been a blast, and I'll end the video here. And my channel's not the official Mr Fish, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know that.
What is it? Just Mr Fish?
It's Chronicles of Mr Fish.
Oh, what is the official Mr Fish?
Instagram. That's the Instagram and Twitter. I just thought, bloody amateurs, bloody amateurs.
Chronicles of Mr Fish on YouTube. What he said. See you later, folks. Look after yourselves. Live your life.
Coffee time. No more filming.